Happy Chainsaw Man Day! We're back yet again for some more Loudy action from Thabreakmaster. God dang it, chapter 217. 217, there's too many of these goddamn chapters, but we back with some more Chainsaw Man. Welcome in, Go Sad. Welcome in, Death Star. We are about to get this thing going, but you already know. Go to the Shonen Jump app and read it over there for free, or do what you gotta do, but just read this goddamn thing with me. If you already read it, sit back, relax, watch our reaction, and then we can get into the whole discussion portion of the goddamn chapter. You already know how the thing goes, all right? You already know how this works. You've been here enough times to my reactions. Y'all know how this works, god dang it. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. So our chapter, but amazing one? Good. Good. I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. I want something fantastical, something amazing to happen finally. Because I feel like something happened. Because again, Chainsaw Man started to trend a little bit. So obviously something happened this chapter. I'm assuming. I don't know what. But something's going on here. So with that said, chapter 217. Two good people. Interesting. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? So I'm wondering, like, again, maybe, I mean, it's not probably, it can't be like Yoru and Asa or something. No, it can't be that. I actually don't know. This one actually doesn't spoil anything. Typically, chapter titles always have something in it where it's like on the nose. This one, maybe this is on the nose too. I just can't tell what it is, though. That's good, though. That's good. Not even sure when it comes to predictions here, because like I said, I don't know if this actually Asa Mitaka's mom, given that she looks like Asa Mitaka, so something obviously is going on here. Something is not right in Asa's mind, which is why we're seeing doppelganger version of her, right? But like, as the mother, I don't know. So we'll have to find out what's going on here, god dang it. As an Asa fan, you're going to be pretty happy with this one. All right, bet. Asa and her mom rocks it, really now. It can't be Asa's mom and Asa, like, they're the good people? Are they the two good people? Is Denji a bad man? Don't let me stop. Mom. Oh, what am I doing? I got the folding phone. What am I doing? What is this? What is this? All right, my bad. Now we're reading for real. All right. Mom. All right, they got some stuff just they kind of standing there, and then all of a sudden, sucker on the ground, leg bleeding. It looks like mini Asa Mitaka, yes. That is child Asa Mitaka. Is that the father on the ground? Who am I seeing on the ground is bleeding? And we also have this, what is this? Like a, what is that guy? Like a freaking octopus thing? What I'm looking at? Is this freaking Squidward? We see the mother looking around supposedly, even though she's still kind of like sweating a little bit. So what is happening? I don't know. We were at the riverside as a family one Sunday. Interesting. We're at, I read that wrong. I said Riverside. Riverbank. All right. Sorry, my brain is not working at 100%, so bear with this reaction. We were at the riverbank as a family one Sunday when a devil burst out of the river and attacked us. Oh, okay, so this is a memory. Okay. I mean, what? So is that really an octopus thing? Like, what is the Mugu devil? Please stop. God dang it. Things look disgusting. It must have been a weak one, because my mom managed to kill it with a rock. She just straight up killed a goddamn devil by herself? She said, not on my watch. The boulder does not like when octopuses attack my family. Like, it's like a what? But my dad lost his leg protecting me. Oh, so that is the dad. Man out here, he's freaking, he's a pirate now, you know what I'm saying? Give him a peg leg and start walking around. I'm losing my goddamn freaking mind right now. This sneaker devil, so I just, take those sneakers? Yeah, yeah, she's kind of freaking out. When she was younger, she's like, oh my God, all that blood, my father's foot is gone. Oh my God. Asa, I'll keep pressure on his leg. You go and call the devil hunters. Asa! Interesting. So wait, so there's actually like a hotline for them to like just call them up, like, hey, double hotline, I got double foot. Sorry, I shouldn't have made that pun. That was my bad. Look, I'm not all here, like I said. All right, just give me a second. Also, mom, use rock throw. she's a Pokemon. All right then. The back. Okay, can we like first off just talk about this real quick? Like the art for the background are actually kind of going in this chapter. He decided to say, let me put my pen to work today, because like this is a lot of scenic like moments within this chapter so far, and I think he's really trying to paint a picture here, which is why he's putting so much emphasis on the background here. It's pretty cool to see. I'm not gonna lie. I just want to throw it out here. This is really nice. This is really nice. But they're calling the Devil Hunters, and power picked up. Freaking terrible. Like, you know how she is. I don't know about that one, man. All right, she's running. She freaking trips. So it's the alleyway that they were talking about before here, or that they were in before. And she trips like as per usual. I wonder why I've forgotten this until now. Interesting. Mom! Who the heck's this lady? All right, she's looking over here, but she don't even look like that though. Does she not remember her mom's face or something? Whoa, 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 another Crash Bandicoot moment. Excuse me. You're supposed to kill the devil. Am I looking at this right? Did she just like smash her own husband's head in? She said that octopus is not enough. That devil's not enough. You're next. Like, excuse me? She went full Goldberg on this man? and like she understands, like, hold on a minute. Blood on that freaking rock, blood on my dad's head. She's just sitting there looking suspicious. Like, huh? Interesting. That's why I can't even see her face. Interesting. Huh. We're just gonna ignore this? We're not Mother, we're not gonna talk about this. You can't just go to sleep like nothing happens. Like, hold on a minute. You noticed that I killed Dad, didn't you? But listen, if he'd only lost the leg, the insurance payout would... You've got to be kidding. Oh, you're trash. Oh, her mother is trash. Throw her in the garbage, bro. What in the world? Huh? For the insurance money? He said, oh, that leg ain't enough. You gotta be dead for me to get my money. It's like, huh? What? Get this girl out of here. Walk him in. I saw Mitaka's mother is trash. What? It was bad enough that he wasn't working. Life. So you kill him because he wasn't. Help him get a job. Like, crazy. This is such escalation, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I can't believe she's saying this, and she's saying like this like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like what is this? It was bad enough that he wasn't working. Oh no, it was bad enough that he hasn't. No, I was right. No, see, I'd rather. So my brain is not working all of a sudden. I'm just like, I'm so shocked right now. My brain's like, nah. You ain't passing this. All right. It was bad enough that he wasn't working. Life would only get harder. But if he'd been killed by a devil, you get a big payout. And you could even go to high school. So? All right. You know what? It's not... I'm pretty sure you can go to high school by other means, all right? You know, why don't you just get a loan or something? Like, I don't even know. Besides, oh, he was cheating on me. Oh, yeah, I mean, you know, so they both kind of trash, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, look, one wrong, like two wrongs don't make it right. You know, it don't work like that. Like, that's a saying, right? You know, two wrongs don't make it right here. You know, you made a left turn, and that left turn now is taking you to other, like, wait, hold on a minute. See, wait. The freaking public safety suckers are over there. You're telling me she could understand that she, you know, her mother bashed her father's head in, right? So you're telling me the safety suckers like, well, not suspicious at all. Go home. Like, I mean, they ain't cops, but still, like, I don't know. I'm having a moment, all right? I was about it's called the devil with a rock, and then went for a second round the same day where she would have lost to the Typhoon Devil. She had a rock with her. I don't know, man. When you have a rock, when she rocking it down, you know what I'm saying? She's laying on rocks down, baby. That was cheating with the River Devil. All right, buddy. You know what? That was the devil. Look. Wait, hold on. All right, big brain theory right now. All right, the dad was actually messing with that octopus this entire time. He wanted the octopus. Yep, I said what I said. All right, but he did that thing. And you know, that's why when this came out, you know, look, the octopus found out that he was cheating on her, and that's why the octopus took his leg away, right? And so the mother, but his mother didn't know that. So, but the mother said, "Nah, I'm gonna smash your head in and kill the octopus." But that was the cheating person in the first place. So like, it's all a woven door. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's like freaking in The Boys. You know what I'm saying? Freaking the deep. You know how the deep was? He was going in deep in the waters. He was like that guy. Let me stop. I said probably doesn't care. I think so, right? They said, man, I ain't gonna write no report for this. Just go home. Like, I don't care about that. Let's say the generally the most government organization I ever seen. It's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. This organization. Why are we even funding this? Cause I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Yeah, I never Austin's mom. So oh my god. Hey, look, I'm just saying. Look, Big Bang Theories are explosions, baby, explosions. And is that even true though? Like she's saying he was cheating, but like, does she have proof of this, or is she just assuming that's what's going on here? Exactly. I don't know whether my mom was a bad person or not, but it's true that life got better after my dad's death. Because with the insurance money, obviously you can get a lot of things. Like you probably got your favorite dollhouse or something. Like maybe there's some shoes you always wanted, and now you get it because the mother is swimming in cash. Like, that's a weird way of seeing it though, right? But I don't know how I feel about this. But that's true that my life got better after my dad's death because he was always drunk and sometimes he got violent. Oh man, this guy's really bad. Okay, so now he's not only a cheater, but he out here throwing hands with the freaking to the kids and to the mother. Like he just don't care. He said, it started slapping suckers. Like, hold on a minute. So maybe okay, look. It's still bad. Like, look, two wrongs don't make a right. God dang it. I don't feel about this. God dang it. That day, when I ran through the alleys to call the devil hunters, I tripped and fell on purpose. Interesting. I thought if I took too long to call for help, maybe Interesting. Hold on. This recontextualizes everything. Is she doing this on purpose this entire time? This is not like a weird quirk that she has when it's like the most important moment. She's doing this on purpose? You let your mom die on purpose? Hold on a minute. Interesting. Yeah, she's on purpose. Like exactly. This recontextualizes everything about Asa here. That's I added the cheating at the end because she either was justifying her actions or she made it up because she realized that putting Asa's high school excuses. Yeah. Exactly. And I finally cracked it down. Dad was cheating with Bucky. Excuse me, sir? Mocking high key carry public safety. Seriously, yes. She was public safety. She was the heart and soul of it. When that thing was gone, I don't even know, man. Dad keeps getting with the not the bi-weekly devil. God freaking dang it. Her first trip was on purpose, then has the rest of the time trip for... Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Instead of picking between her mom and the cat, she trips and... Exactly. No one can blame her. Exactly. And what makes that... What makes that, what you said, more important than ever here, it goes back to making a choice. It seems as though when things get too tough, she purposely does this because she doesn't want to make a choice. And therefore, this is the exact same thing with Denji. Because Denji won't make a choice himself. He will always try to find a third option or choose nothing at all. You know what I mean? He'll just fall in line. Like, he's not somebody that will make that decision. This is what makes them both akin to each other. Interesting. Fujimoto, you're cooking. All right, god dang it. Let me see. I'm guessing her tripping is a conscious thing, but maybe, possibly. I don't know. It's hard to say. The building with the smoke at Saks probably immature on how poor was their livelihood to further show that mom's desperation by Esakaing. I don't know if it's that necessarily. Is that one of the main things that is the main thing is accountability. We have to be accountable for our actions. And you know, this type of messaging is very important in this day and age. People don't know how to be accountable for their actions. So like, I feel like Chainsaw Man can actually make y'all learn something and actually be accountable for the things that you do. I think the bug trip wasn't on purpose because that's where I say justice. Fire Devil told her to make also trip, but the rest of the time she tripped is probably done on purpose. I would even argue that maybe she even did that on purpose. Who knows? You gotta remember the things that led up with Bucky in the first place. Like, why did everybody... Remember, she was wondering, like, why does everybody even like this guy? I don't understand this. And this could have been an easy, quick way to just get rid of him. Like, I'm just saying. Following that makes sense. Every time she felt like a defense mechanism from survivor's guilt, it was her guilt from letting her dad in that sky so she could have had a happier life. Possibly. Again, the fact that she forgot this means this was something that was deep within her subconscious that she didn't even realize was still there. But now that we're inside her mind, she's able to actually revisit this moment. And maybe this might even help her realize something about herself. Let's finish. I don't know if there's any more to this, but let's finish this. Because I wonder if there's anything else that she needs to say here. That was interesting. I tripped her on purpose. That if I took long enough to call for help, maybe my dad wouldn't survive. Do you think I'm a bad person? I killed my dad and made it look like a suicide, but I'm a good person. Yeah, all right, buddy. Nah, sucker. Nah. It ain't got time to be laughing. It ain't got to be time to be laughing. What are we doing? And then we're back. It seems like we're out of this like mind state thingy. Looks like we're out of this mind state thing, and we're back for Yoru again. Yoru looking. Why is she looking like that? Like, I think she's enjoying this a little too much. I think she likes being dismembered or something. Like you look at her face. Like she's like, oh yeah, baby. Like I don't know. That's a weird look she got on her face right now. You know, Copa level 100 now. Yeah, right. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't think that makes you a good person, sir. I think that's a good definition of what a bad person would do. So this chapter, when it means two good people, it is Asa and Denji. But I mean, in a way, I guess I don't know. It's kind of crazy because, you know, perspective is a thing. Perspective is a thing, right? And so maybe like through their lens of how they've lived their lives, maybe that's how they can kind of view this as in a different way. You know, good and bad are a subjective like situation here, but I mean at the same time, death is morally wrong. But again, the morality of such a situation, it could be just different because of how you perceive these things. This is an interesting chapter. It's a very interesting chapter. I thought Yakuza made it look like suicide. See, that's what we thought. But apparently Denji actually is the one that did it. When they were laughing, there was light shining on Denji because he's lighting Asa's world. Yeah. Is it shining Asa's hand? Wait. Let me see what you're talking about. Hold on a second. I got the chapter too quick. I mean, it is lighting up her world. Like they're getting out of this like state here. It looks like even, and yeah, Denji's in the light too. So like, yeah, he's kind of the one that's like doing that for her. I can see that. I love them laughing together. Just opposed to their alter egos killing each other. Yeah, right. They're all having a happy time. Yay, Denji and Asa, woo! And then freaking Buchita and Yoru were like, sucker, nah, baby. God dang it. Oh my god. Hold on a second. All right. I had to do a text real quick. But all right. So I let my dad get killed. We twinning. They laugh like we twinning. Like no. That's not a good thing. All right. I don't know. This is like I said, the way they think about things. Not I don't know about that. In part 2 of 1 with Rize, it was implied that going to high school is rare and expensive. It explains why classmates are spoiled. People die left and right, so adults are dead. So workforce is younger. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, the thing about this, I wish the world was like better expanded so we have a better understanding of all that. But even then, it's like, yeah, apparently high school is expensive. But even then, I feel like there could have been other ways of doing this outside of freaking having their dad die. Like, what is this? They could be considered good people, like they know they aren't, which is also true too. They could be laughing at the fact that they're both like, no, we're bad. We're bad. You know I'm bad. You know it. You know, so that's could be what's going on here. I think he has a bad thing, but because a good person afterwards. Just like Asa's mom did something bad, but still was willing to sacrifice her life when Asa tripped. I mean, because at the end of the day, that's still her child, and like, you know what I mean? Like, there's like love and parental care is still, I guess, an aspect that can kind of happen here. Like, I mean, that's kind of the thing, and I think maybe that's what this like this whole manga could also kind of be like going into. There's just a gray area. There isn't nothing that's good or bad, right? And like I said, it's in a way, when it comes to the morality of the situation, morally we will say that's bad, but like, who is the moral police? Who is the one that's policing these morals onto these people, on these subjects? You know what I'm saying? Like, even with how the Death Devil is trying to quote unquote save humanity, like, her way of doing it, you would think in a way could be on the morally not so great side, because people still have to die and all that stuff, as opposed to the other side where everyone can live forever. But like, both are still like in that gray area where it can still be bad, because again, some things can be worse than death. Like, again, this whole thing that's another like importance when it comes to what part 2 is all about. And not just accountability that's actually being shown here, but also just the morality of what the situation is and what that even means. And that's what Chainsaw Man is pretty much trying to have that conversation with right now, at least in this chapter right now. So, and it feels like that's what we've been kind of like talking about this entire time. So it's pretty cool. Also, Peach, welcome in. No, the chapter's good. This is a really good chapter. I mess with this. Because Asa, she purposely took longer to let her dad get Esekai, but tries to do the right thing throughout part 2. But unlike Denji, Asa always question herself. Yeah, I mean, they still are two different people, and they're going to have different ways of like really coping with the situation. Not to mention, Denji kind of lost part of himself when Bushido was inside of him, like when they became one, right? So like, once you become that half-breed, parts of your emotions are kind of skewed. They're not the same way anymore. Granted, I feel like he's always kind of been having a screw loose even when he was younger, so it like kind of doesn't really matter at that point. But yeah, both Denji and also laugh for the first time in ages over the darkness stuff they done. Next chapter are definitely going to be a tragic. Yeah, I mean, I don't expect anything good to happen here. I mean, all I know is it feels like Yoro is about to freaking go in. Like, I know she out here laughing, having a good time, getting whooped, but I have a feeling she's gonna end up doing something that's gonna change the world of Chainsaw Man, not for the good. All right. I'm the one angry that Asa's mom committed a why would we be mad at that? We should be more mad at the fact that this sucker, she out here casually killing her freaking cheating husband. What do you mean? That devil now, right? Call her by a government name, little D. Nah, so get the crap out of here. Also, laughing could be that they found out that they are not alone, which is also true too. Like, the more time they spend together, the more they realize that they're one and the same. There's a lot they have in common, even from their darkest parts from themselves, and realizing that they're not, like you said, they're not alone in this type of like the way they live. And like I said, this just also just showcases just how bad the Chainsaw Man world even actually is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't have a normal life out here. Like, freaking high school is expensive. How much is college? Do you even go to college? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is that even a thing? You just go to public safety afterwards. Like, how does this whole thing work at this point, man? I want to know the ins and outs of the Chainsaw Man world. Goddamn, I need a spin-off series that just tells me how the world works. All right. God. Could Denji and also even have a normal level? I doubt, honestly. No, I'm gonna say I have no idea. No, I doubt that's the case. I don't think they got no freaking normal. What it again? You know what that's so? What is a normal relationship? What is normal in the Chainsaw Man world. You can even see this in part one. Maybe cheating is just one of the aspects of what we do in the Chainsaw Man world. You know what I mean? What is it exactly? Shows how death is a way of surviving. Possibly. Like, maybe that's why people like look and view it at a certain way. Like, again, this goes back to why like high school is expensive. So therefore, this is why they're not trying to miss out on any events that they want to do in their lives, because you only have one opportunity, one chance to do it. So even though the world is going to shit, they're like, nah, we got to still do this because God dang it, we have to have our freaking summer festival. We only get one shot at this. I don't even care if it starts raining devils. We gotta have this happen. We gotta have our moment. I spent way too much money to let this company die. No one will not be eating your mother. I mean, are you sure about that, Ghost Staff? Are you sure about that? Yeah, they didn't really need a data book for freaking Chainsaw Man. That would clear up so much information when it pertains just to the world. Like, he can do like 3 or 4 data books just solely on how the world works, because that would clear up so much and probably allow us to actually start like accurately guessing what could happen next in Chainsaw Man. Because the fact is, we don't know a lot about this world. We only get bits and pieces of it. And it's through the lens of different characters all the goddamn time. And some people are just not good narrators of how the world works either. So it's like, you can't even trust what people are even saying in this manga. So it's like, you don't know what you're really getting into. You know what I mean? Only know what people, parents who have you seen in Chainsaw Man so far are Akis. That is very true. That's what's so, you know what? That's very true. Ooga Booga. You know, you've made a good point. Because if you really think about it, Aki was supposed to be the personification of like the Sasuke-esque character, right? He's supposed to be the Yuno to the Asta. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's supposed to be that rival character and everything. That's why everybody kept thinking he was. And that's why the 3-man crew, he recontextualized how this thing is, because as you know, when you're the Sasuke character, your parents ain't around. You know what I'm saying? Versus actually, he had a good life. Yeah, he had parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really recontextualized that whole situation. It's like, look, Fujimoto knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing, god dang it. This might not even be that expensive. This might have to be that down bad. They did say that the father didn't work, so it's all on, I mean, it's true. It is all on the mom. Like, this man out here getting drunk and beating her and then cheating at the same, like if you really think about it from what she was saying in the context in that lens, you can probably be more on the mom side here in this situation, because if you really look at it from her lens, not only is this man cheating, sleeping around with somebody, which means you can get that money from the other person you're cheating with. So why you asking me for the money when you can ask for that person that you're cheating with to get the money? Why not live with them? What is that? What is that? like he doesn't seem to be that good. He's not working. Well, why aren't you working? Because you out here cheating. How you have time to cheat? How you out here cheating? Like, you broke. So somebody stop. Wants to make a data book because then he has to commit to it and he can't make stuff up. Yeah, which is also very true. That's also, I think that could be like the main reason. He can't make up things while he's still going. He's like, you know what? Nah, because if I do that, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, no data book here. No data book here. Well, Aki's parents done was tell him to play with his brother. They could have been. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. We don't know what they've been up to and what they had to do. Someone could be freaking throwing the booty down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it don't have to be the mother. It could be the dad too. He can be a male gigolo for all we know. We don't know what they got going on here to survive in this world. They had a nice little house, it looked like. So I mean, somebody got some money. Let me stop. Want to ask this question again? Tokapi and Chainsaw Man, who has the worst parents? Interesting. That's a wash. Part of me still kind of want to go with Tokapi only because we know more about the parents than what Chainsaw Man is. That's the only thing. That's the only reason. I feel anyways. Let me see. It's cool, annoying, because there is so much world character lore that Fujimoto has and will never put out there. He's constantly dropping interesting lore bits, but things. Yeah, exactly. And lore bits. Yeah, I want to see and know more about the world And it's cool that he does expand upon it here and there at times, but it's just like, at one point, I wish that he really does take the time to really flesh it out a bit more, especially considering that the fact that we don't even know that much about the world. I know we're probably going to jump into hell at some point here, and if we do that, there's even more things he has to explain, and it's just like, I don't know, you know what I mean? And also, again, when you're doing a series, when you're not just dealing with Japan, but you're dealing with the world, because the world is involved in this, that only makes it to where, like, well, how does it work over there on that end? Because, like, I feel like My Hero Academia had this exact problem, actually. Whereas, like, they have UA and then they have some other other schools within the country and everything like that. But how does it work in other areas and stuff like that? That we do see this in around the world, that people do see All Might and all that stuff. So it makes you wonder, like, how do they govern their heroes and vice versa? How do their systems actually work? Is it all the same? They never actually answer that question. So it's just one of those things where it's like it's not a big deal, but it's still something on the back of your mind simply because it has been introduced to you. You know what I mean? And with Chainsaw Man, there's quite a bit about this world that they introduced you to, but they haven't had any time or reason to really explain any of it to you. So it's just like, I just wish that we took the time to do so. And maybe, like I said, maybe when Chainsaw Man's done, there could be a spin-off series or some other type of something that Fujimoto could do to go further into this world. I would love to see that, honestly. I don't know if we're ever going to get something like that, but I would love to see it. Do you think there's a reason we didn't see the dad's face? I'm wondering, honestly, that's so good question to this, because it's not just the dad's face we're not seeing. We're also not seeing Asa's mother's face. We know what Asa's mother looks like. We've seen the flashback for it. So the fact that she's having a hard time, like, not realizing that's not her mother's face, because, like, I wonder if she just doesn't remember her parents like that. Maybe this is another instance where, because Yoru is half her brain, you gotta remember that too. Yoru is half her brain. She's having a hard time remembering, recollecting these times where, like, you're supposed to remember their parents' faces and stuff like that. Also, it's been some time since that time passed. Maybe why she's also having a bit of a tougher time remembering these faces. So when it comes to her mother, she thinks, oh, well, we look the same, so therefore this is why she looks like that. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if that's what's actually going on here. And remembering her father's face, she probably can't remember simply because all he ever did was abuse her. So, like, you don't try to remember your abusers like that. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if that's why she don't even have having memories with him to even remember what he even looks like. So I'm wondering if that's what's going on here. Let me see. Fujimoto character writing is top tier, but his world building, while it's not bad, it's also not the best either. Yeah, I agree. His writing, when it comes to his characters, freaking peak stuff right here. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I read Chainsaw Man in the first place. Like, they don't understand. I feel like a lot of mangaka out there don't understand the importance of, like, character writing, right? Not to throw people under the bus, but, like, there are certain mangaka out there that don't take the time to really flesh out their characters enough to really know the backbones of what's going on with these people. And you can do so much more with the characters you have because they can be interesting, and you can do more interesting things with it. And Fujimoto is literally showing a masterclass of how you go about doing that. I don't understand how anyone could actually at this point, like, dislike Asa Mitaka as a character, as a side main character, or however you want to look at it. She's such an interesting character, and she started off the bat as a very interesting character. So the fact that we're actually seeing a trope that she had from the beginning of part 2 to actually be then recontextualized through 217. Remember, we started at 98 on part 2. So the fact that it took this long to get that this moment that recontextualizes how Asa Mitaka is tripping, it's insane work. I love stuff like this. I love content like this. When you do callbacks or you switch things up. That's why I love so much when freaking Little D revealed herself to be the actual Death Devil and not Famine this entire time, right? I love that freaking that swerve. These swerves are what make this story so freaking good. I appreciate this stuff. I love this, all right? This is what writing's all about. And this is what Chainsaw Man is honestly really good at. So I appreciate this, god dang it. Bleach actually has a lot of that going on in the series. That's what's so crazy about it, because, like, I always complain about this, because I didn't realize just how deep, like, the writing for the characters in Bleach actually are. I don't know if you're coughing because you're like Bleach stocks is good, or you're saying it's like not good when it comes to the character writing. Because there is some good moments in character writing, especially on the Ichigo side. Ichigo mainly. It's hard to say about everybody else. Like Uryu's not bad actually because of what we do, and especially at the this last arc. Like there's a lot more going on with his character that we can see, and it recontextualized certain aspects of his character even actually as well. Like Chad, unfortunately, nah. You know, we got what we got, and he was done. Orihime. Yeah, you know, I mean, to be fair, I feel like the anime dropped the ball, because I don't know if you guys read the actual manga, but the manga does something different for Orihime's character that the anime just actually forgoes within her character as the show goes on. Like, Toei did not do a good adaptation when it comes to certain characters, like personalities. So, you know, there is that issue, but like even outside of that, like there's still not a lot with Orihime that makes you think, oh, she's a great written character, you know? like there is a lot more when it comes to the characterization in Bleach that is a bit better than you think it is. It's very subtle. Like the problem with Bleach is that it's very subtle writing that it's easy for you to not forget, but like you won't even notice it because it's not the most important thing that's in the forefront that's making you look at this. Like with Chainsaw Man puts it in your face. You're here and you're seeing it because these are important moments that he needed to make sure that you knew what was going to happen here. You know what I mean? So, now character development. Like I said, like I just said, not everybody's character is great. That one was a bit shoehorned, unfortunately. I don't know what the heck happened there. Like, I wish that they took more time in doing it. Granted, you also got to remember, she was like a C tier character. She's not even B tier. So it's like, there's only so much information and details you're going to get with certain characters because she's not of that importance, unfortunately. So, you know, it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. What is character development? Oh, he understands character development, all right. Although this chapter was short, it's up there with one of my favorite chapters of Chainsaw Man as a whole, really. Even in part 1, really. Tifo had she remembering her mother with her face because she feels guilty. I mean, that's not impossible. She can see herself in her mother in a way, and she wouldn't want herself to do that, you know. Maybe. It's not impossible. That tinfoil hat, no, take the tinfoil hat off. That's not impossible to actually think that way, simply because at least her mother did have some level of care, right? Because again, the father seems like he's complete trash. She wasn't even like, she was shocked, but not like sad that her mother did what she did, is the thing here. You know what I mean? Like, even if you look back at this, like she wasn't like, oh no, my dad's gone. You know, she was just like shocked by the whole thing because she didn't expect all this to happen. Is the thing here. Again, the father doesn't seem like he's a good guy. So, you know, it's also because of dad. Because he's not that important. It was also, I mean, it's also cases, but again, I think he's, again, an abuser, so therefore she ain't gonna remember all that. Oh, they don't even commit to the data book. I would have contradict the data book many times that they've had to make new ones. Are you serious? Really? I didn't even know that when it comes to Oda. That's a shame. How come there is a chainsaw, a devil, and Kamen Rider? What? That's not even connected. What are you talking about? Oh, Ghost Step, I got something to talk to you about, actually. I will tell you this on the Twitch side of things. Just know, I watched the Kamen Rider anime. I like it, but I'll get into that later. I like this world building. You only learn things when you have to bring it up. Sometimes, like JJK, Hunter x Hunter, just floods you into pages of just explaining why interactions are about to happen. I find that boring. It depends on how they do it, Peach. Like, interestingly enough, I feel like Hunter x Hunter, I mean, it's like a 50-50. Like, there are moments. Because, I was reading the manga. And it's just like, bruh. Again, there's a fight with Crollo and another individual. As great as that fight is, that fight's like maybe like 5 minutes at best or something. Because, like, the amount of dialogue that this chapter has so much dialogue that the speech bubble was like the whole freaking panel. Basically, there wasn't even a speech bubble. It's just a whole panel, bro. He wasn't even drawing anymore. He was writing a book with some pictures on the side here and there. I was like, I mean, again, it was kind of hype given what the fight was. I'm not gonna say what it is because it's not something that's been animated, but that fight was freaking great. But like, I'm not gonna lie, there was so much explaining with this man's ability. It's freaking stupid. like, what are we doing? We're going a little too far there. There are other moments and other times where I feel like it is necessary to have that narrator there to actually explain some things here and there so you can have a better understanding of what's actually going on. Because sometimes when you leave things up to interpretation, people will get the whole idea wrong about someone's ability. And so then you see versus battle happening, and then they can't even explain exactly what's going on with the person's ability because they don't even really actually understand what the ability is. And I feel like JJK, fun enough, as much as they have narrators and all that stuff, we still get confused with JJK's freaking power system. It's still confusing. And so I feel like he just doesn't do a good job at times explaining how these abilities truly work. Because, I mean, again, Hunter x Hunter does it well, but good God, it's a lot. Well, I'm never going to be in the Twitch stream. Yeah, look, I watched anime today. All right? I watched some stuff here. Hibachi starts as a battle junkie. He grows and becomes more three-dimensional character where he transforms to a stronger battle junkie. I mean, he's always been that as a character, though. Like, that's the thing. Like, when it comes to Zaraki Kenpachi, which is still good character development, actually, mind you, it's not as though he doesn't have a better understanding of what his abilities are. And ultimately, remember, when you're part of the 11th squad, you're kind of having a screw loose. That's the whole point of the freaking like group in the first place. But he's always been an unhinged person, even as a child. And that's why when he fought against Yachiru in the first place, that's how the whole battle happened and was about to, have that happen. But yeah, ultimately, the way they kind of go about Zaraki Kenpachi's character, I thought was pretty good, all things considered. And he had to kind of learn some levels of not just like to let go, but also have a certain level of like care of when it comes to techniques. It's not all about just straight up brute force. That's what he learned throughout the entirety of Bleach, basically. That it's not always about brute force. You can't brute force everything. So he had to actually learn and sit back and learn techniques and stuff like, because I remember freaking that fight with, I think it was Oritora, if I'm not mistaken. He had to actually use technique to beat the sucker because doing what he was doing and limiting himself was freaking dumb in the first place. So like again, those are still good character development. Just because it's not like it's super deep, it doesn't have to be like a 3-layered like the section of his character for him to then come out as a different person, like he's a holy Bible dude or something. You know what I mean? It'd be kind of weird to do that. You don't have to do that with your characters. So long as you have a character start from one point and then for them to actually grow from that point, that's all that really matters. And for you to understand what their character's all about, that's all that really matters here. This part of Hunter x Hunter, when spiders take out the new Shimafia with a rock for the insurance, not the insurance money. God dang it, man. Hunter is amazing, but the info dumps does annoy me a lot. No, I feel you on that. Don't get me wrong. Like Hunter x Hunter has some of them. It's so bad. Again, specifically in the Dark Continent arc, there's been so much dialogue. Like, I know he has to explain stuff, but sometimes show and tell is a thing, okay? Not everything needs to be freaking eight walls of text. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is a lot. I do see what you're talking about. How you doing, Anna? Welcome in. Let me see. We're gonna try to make to stream, but I might fall asleep. It's all good. That's so. I try to make sure I can at least get in here by the next hour or so. Every character has to do a complete 180 to have character development. That's what I'm trying to say. Like character development isn't like a linear thing. There's like it doesn't have to be super deep for them to actually still have development for their character. Like even Rukia's character does go through quite a bit of changes, but she's still who she is, even how she was from the beginning. Like even Luffy, in a way, as much as we know about this character, has he actually changed like a lot as a character as himself? The only thing that has changed, like that's a little bit different about him from how he first started, is that he actually listens a bit more. And he only listens to Junbei, like, a lot of the times. But I feel like at this point now, he's gotten to a point where he is listening to other people. But, like, it took him a long time for him to actually get to that point where he's like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't just do something so willy-nilly. Maybe I should actually rethink my decision just a little bit. Just a little bit. He still puts everybody in danger. Don't get me wrong. He still does this. That's just part of his character. But there is still some level of care there. I've always criticized Luffy for that matter, because he doesn't really grow that much as a character throughout the entire series so far. There's not a lot of development for him, but he does develop. He barely changes. I gotta go now. I got a long day tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your stream, everyone. All right, Uga Book, I appreciate you being here. You go do your thing. All right, do your thing. This character, give the chapter 8 high school golden tickets out of 10. Kisses of insurance. Oh my God. We got Hunter x Hunter. Togashi lost one of the manuscripts for the new chapter and has the. That is just painful. God dang. But let's get back to Chainsaw Man just real quick. We already kind of pretty much, I think, talked about everything here. I'm kind of curious, honestly, what's going to happen next chapter. Apparently, there's going to be this bi-weekly devil hit us again, so there's not going to be a chapter next week. But I do want to kind of theorize a little bit more on what potentially could be happening here. Maybe this light that's shining through right now because of Denji, maybe this might be a turn to switch them back around, where Asa does appear and where Denji finally appears as well. I don't know how that whole thing's going to actually transpire, but maybe this fight will actually slow down a bit to make that moment happen. And maybe Asa and Yoru actually have a talk and Denji and Buchita have a talk. Like, I wonder if maybe that's what we need to do. Because, like, the thing is, you always got to ask yourself, how is Denji even going to get back to being Denji? Because he went back to his form again. And there's not a lot of things that can really change him back, but maybe Asa being that person for him is going to be the thing that changes him back finally. And maybe that could be the same thing even on Asa's end that gives her strength to be able to push Yoru aside to be able to, like, hey, let's stop doing this. Maybe. Who knows? But I do expect there might be some level of conversation that might be happening. Or we might not see nothing for a little bit and we still have this battle going on here. But I feel like, again, this battle doesn't seem like they're going to... Like, there's not going to be just one clear winner. I don't really see that being the case. Like, I can't see, like, Yoru just straight up beating Buchita Denji here. You know, I don't think that's going to be the case here. She might even declare it potentially as a victory, but I don't think this is going to be like a full actual victory on her part. I don't know. I don't see it happening here. It's like a 9 for me. Part of me, for me, when it comes to the rating this for this chapter, I want to give it like an 8.5. I want to give it like an 8.5. So I'm going to be in the middle where, you know, Ghostab put an 8, you put a 9, I put an 8.5. Because this is a really good chapter, though. There's a lot to talk about. I appreciate this. I'm going to get a chapter where Asa gets destroyed. Hey, whoa, buddy. I didn't even think about that because actually that can very well happen. Simply because it seems like she finally has come into terms of, like, certain elements of herself. You know what I mean? Like, she finally has this moment and the realization that she constantly trips like that for a reason. Maybe that's the reason why we didn't see her trip the last time, because she's, again, she's actually consciously doing, not subconsciously, she's consciously doing this. So therefore, I wonder if this might be like the cap of her character. She might be coming to an end. But I hope you're wrong. Okay, I hope you're wrong. Just want to go back and read the early odds. Same death. So I've been saying I need to reread Chainsaw Man, and I think this might be the perfect time to do so. Lots of death flags are high. This chapter for me, I'm scared now. She don't need to die. She don't need to die. That's annoyed by this 13-page form has been having. Hey, at least we're getting something, man. It's 13 pages, or we can get nothing. You know what I mean? Like he could just take a whole month away. You know what I'm saying? He can hit us with a Togashi and just never do it again. But smooth. She trips. She is doing better now, so she's bound to fall again. We'll see about that. We'll see about that, man. All right, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out together in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time. All right. But no, 8.5 out of 10. This chapter was freaking fantastic. We kind of went on a tangent with some other stuff, but it kind of correlates a little bit within this chapter here, though. Again, characterization was freaking on point with this. I love freaking awesome Mitaka. The art, yet again, I'm really surprised at just how well the backgrounds are, which makes me wonder, because I feel like that's an intentional thing. Like, Asa can remember what the scenery looked like because she's always looking outwards. But when it comes to the people she's looking at, she can't quite remember them. And that's a very devil-like thing to do, because, like, Yoru can't remember faces like that, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like, a lot of the sisters have a hard time remembering faces. So, like, this could also be another, like, note towards that potentially here. You know, that she's becoming maybe more Yoru than what we realize. Like, that could be another thing that's happening, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Because, again, I feel like there's a reason why he decided to really put the emphasis on the background like this, given how much art this really takes. You know what I mean? He's putting a lot of effort into that. So I'm wondering if that could be some other correlation to it. I'm just saying. He is still a child. I wonder if he has have some kind of a relationship before he's back to normal. Possibly. Which makes me wonder, like, maybe because we went through Asa's whole thing, maybe we'll switch into Denji's perspective POV for a minute, and then we'll see maybe how Asa could help in that perspective as well. I mean, we could do that. I just don't think, like, this is not Fujimoto's style to like do back-to-back like flashbacks like this, so I don't think he would do something like that. But it would be interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing, like, more inside Denji's mind, and maybe that can actually allow Asa to understand Denji a bit more too. I give it 10. Two broken kids laughing their trauma away out of 10. Oh my god. But 10 out of 10 though, Peach. Oh, you really love the chapter. Okay, I see you. I sees you. But all right, I will be back in about an hour or so over on twitch.tv/Thabreakmaster. I will be over there. We're gonna be doing 3 spooky games. We have 3 spooky games on the block. It's gonna be interesting. Like some of these games I'm about to play, one of them is going to be very bootleg, but it should be fun and scary potentially. And scary. Also, there's going to be Kagurabachi over on twitch.tv/Thabreakmaster as well. We're going to be reading that before we even get into the whole 3 spooky games. But now you know what we're going to be doing, so I hope to see you guys over there. Also, if you guys can y'all like the stream? If you haven't liked the stream yet, can you please like the stream? It helps the algorithm push this out to more people so that the Chainsaw Man fans can come in here and have a good conversation with us and to decipher and dissect what's going on with Chainsaw Man, and maybe we can come out as a better person, as 2 good people. You see how I did there? Yeah. I'm back, baby. My brain is now working. That pill kicked in. My headache's been. I had a headache this entire time, and I had to wait for the pill to kick in. But I'm good now. All right. I appreciate that. Thank you guys. All right. I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, people, subscribe, break out.